For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. That's pursuing to Revelation chapter 18 and 10. Now, before I get started, as always, man, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Chodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect, Kwam Yasha'Allah and Abad Bubal. Alright, so it says, standing afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Wow. Now, who is that great city Babylon? That's referring to America, not ancient Babylon. This is referring to America. And America is Babylon in the spirit. Why is that? Because America reverences those ancient Babylonian gods and those ancient Babylonian customs. The people over here, for the most part, follow the ways of ancient Babylon, right? And that starts from the people who are on high, and that trickles on down to the people who are at the very bottom. The high level people of the society and the low level people of the society. You know, you people take part in Christmas, which really that goes back to Nimrod. You know, that goes back to Semiramis. You know, you guys are in the Queen of Heaven spirit. People worship the Queen of Heaven over here. So yes, this place is Babylon in the spirit, and you can see it on all levels, just by the way you people worship and partake in these holidays, man. All those are Babylonian. The majority of those holidays are Babylonian. Anyways, it says, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And that's what we're going to focus on today. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And that judgment is going into thermonuclear destruction. And it's only going to take 1 hour, right? You know, 1 hour is thy judgment come. And I just want to go into some statistics, because Russia just brought out, or just revealed, their new hypersonic missile. It's a ballistic missile. I think it's a medium-ranged ballistic missile. I believe they call it the Orsnik, and it's capable of delivering a nuclear warhead. So they just brought this out, and they're saying that they could use this hypersonic missile to attack U.S. military bases. And they go into the stats of how long and how fast it's gonna take to reach its target, right? So for in 1 hour, so 30 minutes is for the missiles to be shot off and to reach its designated target, and then the next 30 minutes is this place being cooked, being destroyed by fire. So that's a total of 1 hour, right? So that's what we're going to go into. So it says here, this is from zerohedge.com. I'll post the link in the description during post-production. And it says, Russian state media, how fast can Oryshnik missile hit U.S. bases across the world? Interesting, right? How fast? Okay, so now we're just going to go into the points. This is what I really want to focus on here. How fast can the Oryshnik missile hit U.S. bases across the world? Right, so 1, 2, and 3. This is what we're going to be reading. Now, let me just read a little bit here. Russia continues to warn the West over its newly unveiled Oryshnik medium-range hypersonic ballistic missile. The Kremlin days ago tweeted that Washington has now understood and better been able to grasp Putin's warnings and red lines more clearly after last Thursday's missile strike on the Ukrainian defense industry facility in Dnipropetrovsk. Importantly, the Oryshnik is capable of delivering a nuclear warhead. And it says state media has produced yet another ominous segment showcasing the purported reach of the new hypersonic weapon. The Sputnik segment emphasized that Europe has no protection against such a missile, which can reach Mach 11, and it even warned it can reach many U.S. missiles many U.S. missile bases. And that's true. So this is in retaliation to what took place last Thursday, and also how President Joe Biden, he's now the former president, but still, you know what I mean, on how he gave Ukraine the go-ahead to use medium-range missiles against Russia while fighting them. So Russia they've been saying, we're gonna retaliate, and this is what they're doing. They're letting you know. They're giving you another warning. They're saying, hey, we have a new weapon here. It's capable of going nuclear, and it's hypersonic, and we're not afraid to use it. Okay, and yes, we can hit you, America. We can hit you. Okay, you don't want this smoke. So now it says here, how fast can a ballistic missile hit U.S. bases across the world? Number 1, Middle East distance and flight time from southern Russia. Okay, so this is where they're going to be shot off from. U.S. air base in Kuwait. Okay, that's how fast it's going. These things can easily go over 2,000 miles per hour or 2,000 kilometers an hour, right? All right, so it says U.S. air base in Kuwait, 11 minutes. Wow, that's not a long time. You got 11 minutes to live. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain, 12 minutes. 12 minutes to live. U.S. air base in Qatar, 13 minutes. U.S. air base in Djibouti, 20 minutes. Okay, so number 2, Pacific and Alaska distance and flight time from Kamchatka. Air base in Alaska, 12 minutes. U.S. Air Force and Navy base in Guam, 22 minutes. U.S. Air Force and Navy bases in Pearl Harbor, 25 minutes. Minuteman III, missile silos distance and flight time from Chakota. Minuteman III missile silos in Montana, 23 minutes. 24 minutes for North Dakota. There you go. Okay. They're going fast, man. 5,000 miles or 5,000 kilometers an hour, right? All right. So hey, this backs up what's written in the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's go back here. Revelation 18:10, standing afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And it's going to be faster for different places. Okay? For different places. Some might be 30 minutes. Some might be 40 minutes. Some places in America might be an hour. Right? So it could be faster. Now let's go into that word hour here. Okay. Let's go into that word hour. Okay. Hora. Your last 2 words.
Strong's G 5610. Hora. Hora.
Yeah, your last hoorah for you Americans. And it's going to be a horror for you people that are going to experience this as well. So it says a certain definite time or season fixed by natural law and returning with a revolving year. Of the seasons of the year, spring, summer, autumn, winter, in the daytime bounded by the rising and setting of the sun. A day, okay, could be a day. A 12th part of the day, time, an hour. The 12 hours of the day are reckoned from the rising to the setting of the sun. Any definite time, point of time, moment, yes. So yes, any definite time. And to explain this to somebody that's new, I would use this definition. And also this one here, the third one. The third and fourth definitions are the best, right? So any definite time, point of time, right? So there's different points of time. There's different moments that places are going to experience that destruction that's gonna come, within that hour, right? So it's some people, some locations around the world are going to experience judgment differently, through how long it lasts. But it's still all going to be terrible, right? And we just had the proof of that, going into the stats here. They're telling you how fast they're traveling and how long it's going to take to reach, right? And as you can see clearly, some go slower, some go faster, and some might take longer. Some missiles might take longer to reach. All right, so hey, that's on point. Now I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna read verse 17. It says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught." Yeah, great riches, everything that you have stolen from these different nations, and what you have stolen from Yahweh Shem Shai and the Israelites, has come to naught. And that relates to Job, the 20th chapter. When he's about to fill his belly. I'm going to actually get that. Job 20. See if I can pull that up. This is Job 20. Job 20, verse 22. "In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." It's talking about the missiles. An iron bow of steel shall strike him through. Come on, man. You didn't see things like that in the ancient world. Come on, man. The prophet is just using the terminology of his time to describe what he's seeing in the vision. Okay, so this is talking about a hypersonic or intercontinental ballistic missile. That's what it's really talking about. "It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him." That's right, and it's coming out them silos, man. And it's a glittering sword. That's how it looks when it's flying through the sky. Right, it looks like a glittering sword. Okay, and it's going to bring forth terrors, man. And it's going to bring forth death. All right? A weapon of mass destruction. And that's what it's talking about. So, yes, in the fullness of his sufficiency, it's going into his new world order that he is going to set up, but he's not going to be able to enjoy it. Right? You won't be able to digest it. After you eat a big meal, as soon as you finish, then you just vomit everything up. It tastes good going down. You're like, yeah, I got it. Then you just start throwing up. So that proves that you've stolen everything, man. Set up your new world order. You've brought forth the MOTB. And now you're going to be destroyed. Okay, you're going to reap what you sowed. Because this whole time, you sowed death on the planet Earth. Okay, and now you're going to reap death. And that's gonna come by the way of thermonuclear destruction. And that's why we're going into, "For in 1 hour is thy judgment come." And you have to be judged for all the wickedness that you have done. All right, so let's go back to Revelation chapter 18. I'm going to jump down to verse 17 here. And it says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city?" And everybody is going to watch you burn. And yes, they're going to cry and weep, because now they're going to lose out on making billions of dollars. Because the world makes money off of America. Right? They have a lot of ports. They run a lot of things. They have all these these coastal areas in the United States that have a lot of ports, and that's what comes in and goes out of the country, right? All those resources and goods. So now these nations, they can't make money off of you like they used to. So that's why they're really crying. They're not crying because they love you. It's because now they can't make money. And it says, verse 19, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. And that's going to be done through the ICBMs. More proof, more destruction. Boom. Wow, 22 minutes. And it's traveling at a speed of 4,500 kilometers, man. That's insane. Breaking sound barriers, man. That is insane. Pearl Harbor, 25 minutes. Montana, 23 minutes. North Dakota, 24 minutes. 23 minutes to live. What are you going to do? You got 1 hour to live. What are you going to do? Oh, man. Kind of reminds me of that song by Jadakiss and Mace back in the day. Got 24 hours to live, except there ain't going to be no 24 hours. And they were talking about nigga shit they were going to do when they had 24 hours to live. What are you going to do in half that time? In less that time, I mean. What are you going to do in 30 minutes? What are you going to do in 10 minutes? Not much. Not much, man. Anyways, let's get 2 Peter's 3 and 10. Finish off with that. This is 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 10 here. It says, a new heaven and earth, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. That's right. You're not going to expect the day of doom. You're not going to know when it hits you. Right? Everything's just going to be sudden. They're going to sound that alarm, that nationwide alarm, that alarm of impending doom, that siren that goes off. All nations have it. And then you're just going to be caught with your pants down. You're not going to know what to do. I say this all the time. I'll read this again. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. That's right. So, hey, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What's going to do that? Fire, man. Thermonuclear fire. Everything on this earth is composed of elements, man. Believe it or not. And our bodies, man, they're composed of elements, right? That you find on the chemistry chart, the periodic timetable. A majority of those elements are found in us. And all these things, your house is composed of elements. These computers, these smartphones. So everything is going to be burnt up. The ground that you stand on will be burnt to a crisp. Okay? So it says, elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Let me read in the NLT. But the day of the Lord will come as unexpectedly as a thief. That's right. Nobody expects the thief to come. You really can't anticipate that. Right? You really can't. Then the heavens will pass away with a terrible noise. That right? And that comes with that explosion. All right, there we go. So yeah, it says, then the heavens will pass away with a terrible noise. Yeah, that terrible noise is going to come from the explosions them nukes will give off. Okay? And the very elements themselves will disappear in fire, and the earth and everything on it will be found to deserve judgment. Okay. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness. Since everything around us is going to be destroyed like this, what holy and godly lives you should live. There you go. You know, and a lot of you people, man, you're not living a godly life. You're being wicked right now. A lot of you people out here, you're in the house of mirth. You're not in the house of mourning. You know, just as it was back then in the days of Noah, the same things are happening now. You people are out there reveling, partying. You're giving into marriage, and just being wicked, being a damn degenerate, and not caring about the Lord. So you should be involved in this truth, really. If you understand that this world is going to be destroyed, you should be getting right. You should be involved in this truth. You should be doing the work, and you should be repenting. And only the elect is going to do that. Verse 12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervor and heat. That's right. So there you go. It mentions fervor and heat again. Right. This place melting. So that's destruction. And this is what's going to do that. Right. And they're going to attack them missile bases first, or the military bases first. And then they're just going to wipe out the other areas, man. They're going to hit these other mega cities that are around the United States, and these other targets and locations, man. They're going to target the military first. And, you know, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. You know, and that's plain, man. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Okay? For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. That's what the scripture says. So in 1 hour, this place is going to be completely destroyed, man. Okay, completely destroyed. So with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS, TUSC, Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful like Kwame Yashala and Abba Ball.